The world's largest mining company, BHP Group, just launched a bid to take over British rival Anglo American so that BHP can become the biggest copper producer in the world. Why is China opposing this move? And who is Elliott Associates, the multi-billion-dollar hedge fund that is pulling the strings behind BHP and Anglo American? The biggest players in the mining industry are clashing. And when the powerful make their moves, it's crucial for us to watch and learn. So why the sudden rush for copper? With the rise of renewable energy, copper is more in demand than ever. We're talking millions of tons needed for electric vehicles and power grids. In tech, giants like NVIDIA are swapping optical fibers for copper cables in their AI data centers to save 20 kilowatts of power per server rack. But why doesn't BHP just dig new mines instead of buying out competitors? The answer is simple. New major mines are rare and costly to develop. This bid would give BHP a strong presence in the world's top copper-producing countries like Chile and Peru, and this would improve the company's exposure to the metal by about 30%. BlackRock World Mining Fund has long been bullish on copper, and it's no surprise that the mining companies are now making moves. Glencore, the second-largest mining firm, made a failed bid last year to take over Canada's largest mining company, Teck Resources. So, where does China fit into all of this? China is BHP Group's largest customer, but they are against this merger, since China recognizes its limited leverage in negotiating prices. The more control BHP gains over the copper market, the more they can dictate terms. This means higher prices and, consequently, higher costs for China. Simply put, China fears that an even stronger BHP in the copper market would mean bigger bills for them. This is why Chinese authorities have a history of intervening and watering down international mergers. Back in 2013, China was able to frustrate and ultimately collapse a $147 billion deal of BHP's mega bid to buy rival Rio Tinto. But the biggest player here is Elliott Associates, the multi-billion-dollar hedge fund. They are what's called an activist fund, where the fund buys equity in a corporation to put pressure on its management. They buy 10% of a company, then pressure the board into going into the direction the hedge fund wants to go. Elliott Associates has a very strong track record in getting what they want. In 2017, it acquired a large stake in BHP and pressured the company to divest certain oil assets. By 2021, BHP had made agreements to further reduce its involvement in fossil fuels, such as selling its oil and gas operations to Woodside Petroleum. It's no coincidence that over the last year, Elliott Associates had silently been building a nearly $1 billion stake in Anglo American. The multi-billion-dollar hedge fund can very well decide if this bid goes through or not. Scary thing is, in either scenario, Elliott Associates comes out on top. They quite literally have a win-win scenario. Goes to show, no matter the size of the company, there's always a bigger player orchestrating moves from behind the scenes.